What's up, YouTube? My finger's still burnt. I know somebody said something about that. Um, Obviously, I'm at work doing something different. I have a long awaited, much anticipated. I told you it was coming. Well, it's here. Look who I get to interview today, you guys. The man himself. Where'd that paper go?
Where you going, man?
I'm trying to get over it. Okay, y'all know who this is. I told you it's coming. Here it is. Okay, what's your name? Where you from?
My name's Jimmy Cole. I'm from Idabel, Oklahoma.
Right.
A lot of people know me as Dooner, though.
Right.
I had that name for a long time. It's just a stupid nickname. But I'm from Idabel, grew up here, moved here from Southern California in 1979. I was only a year old.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Married, kids, job, hobbies.
Yeah. I've been married for like 27 years.
Right.
27 years. My lovely wife, Bridget, she works down there at the head shop. Not the head shop. What is it called? Headhunters. Headhunters. And she's a barber. Or actually, she's not a barber. She's you got to have a different license for that than a beautician. She's a beautician. But she don't like messing with curls and all that kind of crap. She just mainly does like, shit like this. Like a man's haircut. And we've been together for like 30 years, married 27. We got 3 boys. Our oldest is 27. Then we got a 25-year-old and one who just turned 21. And you know them, don't you?
Yeah.
You know some of them, right?
Sort of. I know when I see them.
Yeah.
Job. What is your job? This time, I say this time. We'll get to that. Currently, what is your job?
Well, I drive a truck for a living. I'm a long-haul trucker. I go coast to coast, United States, and coast to coast, Canada. Although I haven't been to Canada in really a good while. But, I used to haul a lot of machinery and vehicles and all kinds of whatever was crazy looking. You see going down the road in a truck, that's what I would haul. Now I've come back to as a contractor over at Jimmy Tucker Trucking, and I haul for their customers, for them, like lumber and some of that flooring that comes out of Huber or whatever else we can get going. Man, I hope that my stomach growling and coming off on the mic.
We got all kinds of breakfast stuff. Hell's Fire Department. You can go get whatever you want.
I'm fasting today.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Why Jimmy Tucker? Any specific reason?
Oh, I grew up here, man. My dad drove for them ever since I can remember.
Mm-hmm. That might pick it up.
Jeez. Well, he drove for them ever since I can remember, the whole time I was growing up. And so I know the family. I know if you're from here, you know the trucks. It's an iconic thing. I mean, when I was growing up, it wasn't like a dream for me to be a trucker. It wasn't like a lot of kids do that. A lot of men and women grow up. That's their dream. I ain't going to say that was my dream, but it was something I thought would be cool to do. But anyway, I went to certain companies, like started at one of the big mega carriers. I think you did too, and you did this for a little bit too, right? You went to CRST?
SRT.
SRT.
I drove for Monday first.
Oh, those are the guys in Texarkana, right?
Yeah.
Or they were.
Barney trucks. Oh, that was horrible. That wasn't no good.
Yeah, not everybody has a good experience in this, this lifestyle.
God, I hated it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me. But yeah, I've heard a lot of nightmares, man. And honestly, when I started out, it was a nightmare. But I just battled through it and found the good shit I liked about it. And then when that money started rolling in it, and then adjusting to that lifestyle, it ain't easy, man. But
I never seen the
I
money
dig it.
part of it.
Uh,
Never seen the money part of it.
yeah,
It was horrible.
yeah, I can imagine. I
Uh,
remember when I started. I think I started at 25 cents a mile. Do you remember what they gave
oh
you?
God, and I was a student, SRT, a student retiring trainer.
Mm.
I don't know what it is. Horrible. It was bad. Hobbies. Well, truck driving, obviously, making YouTube. You do all that. Any playing guitar, but that's like the fourth. I wrote it all down, so I can't remember shit. Um, this is kind of getting into your channel stuff. Rodney Lichty told me that in real life he's shy and insecure. Then he grabs a guitar. If you know Rod Kennedy, he grabs a guitar. He turns into a different person. His persona takes over. Do you feel like that when you like you're at home on a couch, you're Jimmy. When you get in a truck, you're Hammer Lane or Dooner Livingstone, or
Yeah.
is it a different persona takes over, or on stage, or
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you remember before when I was in Shreveport, I had a band called Ill Persona. That's cool. You mentioned that about different personalities and whatever. Yeah, I think anything you get involved in, if you're, do you remember that band? The band I mean, I know I was away, but I don't know if I ever let you hear any of that music. Anyway,
sort of?
yeah, I think I know what Rod's talking about. And as a musician, when I was a musician, music and performing was more than just a hobby or something. It was almost like a church or a religion. I took it very seriously. Wasn't I was a rock and roller, man. You know, I partied all the time. That's why I didn't get anywhere, man. You try to be a musician and you get lost in that lifestyle of trying to have too much damn fun, drugs, alcohol, all that, and it screws everything up, every
Mm-hmm.
bit of that. And that's how I was growing up. I mean, I started playing bars when I was 15 years old over here at Monahan's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you see that as a kid growing up, and then it becomes part of the thing, you know. And you, but I know what Rodney's talking about. And if you remember at any of the shows, pretty much anytime you see me on stage,
Yeah,
I had this
yeah.
because, to be honest, I was terrified of that audience out there. I had never adjusted as an entertainer or performer to try and put on a show doing that. What Steve Vai would say, you kind of become a cartoon character or something when you're performing. You kind of do stupid stuff, and it's for the audience, you know.
Not us, PD.
But anyway, so I always did that. And you know the movie, what is it? Little Daddy or Big Daddy or some shit, Adam Sandler. And he had a kid he adopted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that kid, he told him to put those shades on and no one could see you. You become invisible. And that was kind of my thing, was getting on stage. If I just put these on, because a lot of times I kept my eyes closed too, the entire performance, and hearing
Wow.
that critique from not only friends, but then the audience members would be like, "Man, you're not even looking at anybody. You got your eyes closed the whole time." I was like, "Okay, well, I'll start doing this."
That's badass.
And I still do it today. Like I've mentioned this before. I have serious problems with people. I don't know what it is. There's something like the eyes being the window to the soul, and I've always had that kind of thing where if someone starts looking at me in the eyes too long, I get nervous. Like, what are they? Are they seeing something in me? You know, are they reading something behind these eyes? Yeah. So
you you pointed out that you took it real serious, and then that comes in. That just kind of oh yeah, I skipped over one. So I remember that at one time you were a biker,
mm-hmm.
and now that I understand a whole lot more, I know to just leave that where it's at. Uh, Not ask about any affiliation, none of that shit. So, husband, father, veteran, trucker, rock star, biker, traveling man, Hammer Lane, Dooner Livingstone. Of all the titles that you have have or held, what is your favorite title?
Mm. Well, um, I don't know about a title because I guess it'd be more like husband, father,
Mm-hmm.
because you get older, you have these different life experiences, and I'm gonna put these on because I might get emotional. So anyway, you have these different life experiences where you look 20 years back and you think, man, back then I had so many friends. I had so many people around me, and I used to never be on my own. And as a trucker, you're on your own all the time. That's it, man. But I, though a lot of relationships like that are more acquaintances than friends. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And the reason I bring that up a lot is because when I was transitioning out of the Air Force, I was getting out of the Air Force, and I guess some of our troops were doing something wrong. And Master Sergeant Cooper came to chew our asses, and he's like, "Look here, you guys think those fucking idiots You guys think those idiots out there are your friends. I'm going to tell you something. They are not your friends. Those are acquaintances." And he said something to me. He goes, "I've got 5 friends." He goes, "3 of them are my dogs, and the other one's me, and the other one I don't need to tell you about." And that kind of got to me like, I know a lot of people, but I don't have a lot of friends. But one thing for certain is my wife and my kids mean everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been together for so long that it's it's like we're one and the same people. We're like one, and then our kids, what we've been through bringing them up, essentially we were kids ourselves raising kids. And so yeah, that's very important to me. Whatever it is that could be one title that goes with husband and father, that's the title I like.
Family man.
Yeah, family man.
Got to mash them
And
together.
I'm not the most perfect family man in the world. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm Mr. Perfect or anything, because I'm not. And especially being an over the road trucker, it's hard to be that Mr. Perfect for your kids and your
Mm-hmm.
wife. It's when you've been out for a month on the road and you come in and they're all thinking we should go do this, and that. And I'm like, I want to stay right here
Right.
where I
Yes.
haven't been in over a month.
Yes.
And those are hard things, and you're missing those birthdays and whatever. So that's uh, one of those things I think about in life is I wish I could have given them a better life than what I did give them, you know. But they're good kids. I gotta say, they're great kids. My 2 oldest are electricians. My other one works down here at Walmart, and they've got values, they've got discipline, and they respect their fellow men. And
That
so I
says
think
a
I did
lot.
good there,
That
and
says
their
a
mother did good
lot.
there.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
um, talking about trucking, what is one load or destination? One like I'll haul this or I won't, or one place I'll go, or one place I want. Every time. Like you turn it down every time, or you'll go every time.
Mm.
Any place jump to mind?
Well, I used to be a company driver for this outfit that's out of Wisconsin and Los Angeles. They got terminals in both cities and pretty much go back and forth, or they go across the nation and stop by in Wisconsin. And, you know, they were what's called force dispatch. There was no turning down a load or anything like that. We tell you where to go and you're going to do it. We'll give you a great truck, great equipment, and we give you really good pay, so you're going to do it, or you don't have to work here. You know what I mean? So
Damn.
in that time, I didn't turn down a load because I just couldn't, and I got bills to pay. You know what I mean? And and to be honest, man, that's probably the best years I had in trucking, because that's where all the adventure came in, was going into these places that I was scared to go to or whatever. But hell, I got to face it and go on, and do it. Like going down to like downtown New York City or Long Island City, which I actually have some of those videos on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Dooner Livingstone. And you can see these videos from back then, the crap you deal with when you're driving a big, over 75 feet long combination vehicle, and you're going around these tiny little spots and dealing with a lot of crap. But these days, I like to stay the hell out of New York City. It's just, I don't belong there. And it's not that I hate New York City or places like Houston. Like, I really hate Houston, but I just hate trucking there because people hate truckers, man. They're so disrespectful to them. They don't give them any respect on the road. And, trucks we're like 3 to 5 times bigger than everybody else. And no one wants to be stuck behind us, even if they don't want to go fast as us, because they'll get in front of us and brake. But it's just that I don't like trucking in those cities, because someone else can bring them their lumber. Then someone else can bring that lumber down there. I'll take this load that's going out here to, Washington State, or
Oh God.
I pretty much like I-35 north and then west.
Yeah.
And I don't mind some of the East Coast. I'm not a real big fan of trucking like in the Southeast. It's just way too crazy, way too many trucks, and
Yeah.
they can have that.
You
That don't mean I won't go.
right. I just don't want to. You brought up YouTube, and I know you have a YouTube channel about trucking. How's that going? And do you find it hard to make content, or do you make a bunch of videos and upload, or do you just make them whenever you feel like it on your channel?
Yep. I do all those.
Wow.
It started back in 2009, and
way ahead of the game.
And I got into watching some of these other guys, these truckers. It wasn't very big back then, the trucking thing on YouTube, but there were certain personalities on there like Trucker Steve, Eskimo Sean, Tex Crowley. I mean, I could name a million of them, but these guys had some really cool content, man, watching them drive these trucks and what their job entails. And I was like, well, I'm going to do that because it gets boring. You need something to do. And plus, I'd been doing video. Like, I went to the Art Institute of Dallas for video production. And when I was in high school, I did the newspaper / the video and that. So it's always been a thing for me. But being on the road, I could, what do you call it? It was like a video journal. And so my wife and kids could see what I'm doing over the road. And then it just kind of started gathering an audience. And what kind of sort of blew up my channel, I'm not that big. It's a very small audience, but it's a really cool audience. But like
17,000. I checked earlier.
But like oh shit, I forgot what I was even saying.
How you got into it, and video, and then it grew, and then all these people, and then why you started it.
And then what really kind of set my channel off was a video I made using the music from Social Distortion's song Winners and Losers. And
I remember Social Distortion.
It was just when I first started, I kind of would talk about what I'm experiencing, whatever, but then it kind of turned into, I would just record different things over time. And then I'd come home after a month or 2 months, and I'd sit at the computer and I'd take all the videos from my footage and I'd put it together with a song I liked, like music I cared for. And that one was the one that kind of got a lot of people to see in my channel. And people still talk about it today. Like, that's my favorite video, man. I love it. And I was only one time I've been recognized for that video. And they're like, man, you're the dude from that Social Distortion video. I'm like, yeah.
Good stuff. Well, when you said Social Distortion, it wasn't. It was a. Was it Ball and Chain?
Yeah. That's a good song, man.
Yeah. As soon as you said it, I was like, just it flashed back in my mind like Greasers, like the Fonzie done gone bad.
Yeah.
And I think Ball and Chain was just kind of.
Yeah, it's a good jam right there too, man.
Oh.
It's one of my favorite bands. Absolutely.
Really? That's good shit.
We're going to see him in October. We were supposed to see him last year, but Mike, the lead singer, he had throat cancer. But now he's healed up, and they're on the road again. We'll see him in October. I can't wait.
Good stuff. And since you're talking about music, that plays into. Where's it at? Oh, I see you playing guitar now and then. What are you carrying? Like, what do you have? Like a carry or a go-to or a baby or just this one will do today? Or
I keep an acoustic in the truck. I think it's a Kona. I honestly don't even know. I think it is a Kona. Just your standard 6-string box top acoustic, and I carry a what is that? What is this little? It's not an amplifier. It's a. I think they call it a Tonewood amp. You take it, and it sticks to the back of your acoustic, and then you plug it into your acoustic, and you can change sound effects on your acoustic without an amplifier. There's no amplifier. It just, the sound hole is your amplifier. So like you can have delay and reverb and all this stuff on your guitar with this thing that just, you put a magnet inside the guitar and one is already on that device and it sticks, and then it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I don't play like a whole lot. Not like I should. I should be playing a lot, but boy, this trucking don't take a lot of things from you, man.
Right? Trucking. Oh, this is just kind of messing with you. 300 miles a day. Is that hard to do? I saw it somewhere. I had to ask. Things like, you're not pulling 6 and 7s. You're not leaving the truck or go home. And I remember what they expected us to do 500 whenever I was driving. But we still had paper logs.
Yeah.
And then I went to SRT and they could turn us off. They did. They turned me off because I left my trainer, but whatever.
Yeah.
Just left him. So I don't know anything about it now.
I think, I mean, super truckers will laugh at you for this, but I think 500 miles a day is very reasonable if you're long hauling. I mean, if you feel like doing more than 5, then go ahead. But I mean, it used to be pretty routine for me to do like 750 a day. And then there were times, the what the super truckers say, man, I'll do like 1,300 miles. I've been there, done that, and I don't like it, don't care for it, don't ever want to do it again. And
1,300.
but I think like 500 miles is a great day.
Yep.
That's like 8 hours of driving, depending on where you're going through. And it's like my father told me, one time I was. I don't know what I was hauling. It was a LTL load.
So good.
LTL load, which is less than truckload, which means I have multiple stops on there and different machines and whatever. And it's, like January or something. There's a blizzard coming through, and I stopped at this rest area, and I had to call my dispatch, say like, I'm stopping right here. I ain't going no further. I've been sliding. They're like, you can't get it, blah blah blah. You get past this, blah blah blah. I'm like, nope.
Then, you ain't here.
And then I called my dad. I'm like, man, they want me to run, man. I'm like, this is like, and I'd never felt like that before. This is the first time I'd felt uneasy traveling through this kind of weather. Because I had just slid with that big ass truck and trailer with all that stuff on there. And I felt like an idiot to continue on. And I called my father. I'm like, they want me to keep going. Like, I'm kind of nervous about it. He goes, don't you
Don't
don't
go.
you go anywhere.
Yeah,
He
don't
goes,
go.
that shit ain't going to spoil. He goes,
Yeah.
they can get it when they get it. And they'll be happy to get it instead of you dumping it on the road somewhere. So that's,
You didn't stop and chain up your front tires? God, I'm not going to tell that story. He almost had me convinced. Almost.
oh, man.
Yeah, SRT, you got change for the front? I'm like, oh. Yeah, you got change when somebody steer. I'm like, oh. That was horrible.
Yeah, it's like what they do in the, like in the military. They'll tell you, hey, troop, I need you to go to the supply and get some fallopian tubes.
If you could have one job in the whole wide world, had it or not, what would you do?
One job in the whole world?
Yeah, whether you've done it or not.
I think I asked this on my Facebook a while back.
Uh-oh.
Man, I don't know. I guess I could still stick with the same thing I've always wanted, was just to be if I could be a musician, and I don't mean a rock star. I mean a musician, a traveling musician, and write my songs and have an audience to perform for, and be able to live at least comfortably, be able to eat and have a roof over my head. That would be like I guess a dream job, because that's just always been my music has always been extremely important to me. And like most people, anybody who has a soul, is gonna love music. So it's I would definitely love that. Just kind of like what I was saying earlier about it's kind of like a religion for me. It was very spiritual, just like people who go to any kind of church and they're clapping and singing and they're feeling that Holy Spirit, that's that power of music. Make a joyful noise. Isn't that in the Bible?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, they got something going on or not. They're at the PD, they called and they're going back and forth. Any questions, or is there anything that you want people to know? I think that's the last one. Anything you want people to know. And I'm going to put your channel, I'm going to make sure I shout your channel out and be like, you can shout it out again.
I don't know, man. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy we're doing this. Roger's a good guy, man. Probably one of the best guys I've ever known. This guy's helped me out before when I've been in trouble. It's like a big brother to me when we were younger. I mean, this is one of the best dudes I've ever known. I mean,
man, I appreciate that.
I thank you for letting me join you here.
Oh, that's a good time. I just it done me way more good because I just run out of shit to say. I'm all like, I'm going to get somebody way more interesting than me.
Well, you are Mr. Interesting, Mr. 10,000 businesses. Hey, I was going to ask you, man.
What's up?
So you have a new business where you rent out equipment, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you have any pressure washers?
Yeah.
See, I got one, but I think I put some bad gas in it last time I was home, and it just died on me, and I can't get it started back up.
I do. I'll bring you one tomorrow. I know where it's at, everything.
Yeah.
I'll just bring it by the house. Be like, here you go. Not like a rental or nothing. Be like, here you go.
I'll rent it from you, man. I don't think that's cool to take advantage of people like that. If that's your business.
No. I'll get off I'll tell you a whole lot more about it after this is starting.
That's not good business practice, man.
Well, I'll tell you a whole lot more about it. All right, we're going to end this. This is Jimmy Dooner, Traveling Man, Hammer, whatever, or Chuck, or what the fuck, whatever. All right, you guys. I'll catch you in the next one.